Don't do this.
Clip! You fool!
Today we're going low. We're talking Below Deck's latest season, feeling low about the passing of our beloved Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, and lowering our expectations of men, and talking about the Janae and Kenny split. As always, we name our liar of the week, and we prove that there's a little bit of emo in everyone. Listen, your friends and family might call this trash TV. Your mom might have called your love for emo music a phase, but here at RealityEmos, we know alternative music scenes and pop culture moments shaped us and still do. So let's laugh together, let's cry together, let's scream at our TVs together. Welcome to The Breakdown. Hey Saddies, I'm Monique.
And I'm producer Eric, who has not produced anything for over 5 episodes at this point, which I think is a good record for my consistency.
No tea, no shade. Alright, so today we're going to start off talking about Below Deck Season 12. I know it's almost over, but we haven't talked about it yet.
It's almost over?
Oh, I might have made that up.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but, like, I'm just sad. What will I watch and eat at the same time?
There's 7 episodes left, or 8. So I guess it's almost over.
It feels almost over.
Yeah, but we do enjoy watching while we eat. It's a great, since you eat
It's
sushi.
the best way to eat it. Or not, I mean, it's one of the best ways to eat. Yeah, sure. I wish more restaurants had Below Deck playing in the background, but it is also, you know, it's the same thing. You've never eaten while watching Food Network. Have you never done that?
I don't watch that.
You've never eaten food while watching Food Network?
No, but you have introduced me to this world, so I do enjoy it.
Wow.
A lot of the cooking shows I would watch were like hell. Well, they were all Gordon Ramsay, so
Oh,
they
so
were
like stressful. I was gonna say, am I just like exposing people to diabetes risks as I meet them? Like, you should watch TV. You should watch food TV and eat food at the same time. It's the best way to eat food.
I think it is, because when I watched it before, I would feel hungry, so I'd snack. But this way, I'm already eating.
Watching Chef, and I say Chef in the royal plural, like whichever chef it is. I don't think I've ever seen a chef on this show who like really couldn't do sushi. Even Kiko could do sushi.
Oh.
Goat. It does. Eating sushi and watching Below Deck does remind me of like the fully immersive experience. I don't know if anyone else has ever done this, but like you're eating something and then you're on the Wikipedia page for that thing while you eat. Like, you've never eaten ravioli while on the Wikipedia page for ravioli.
Also a thing I've never done until I met you.
It's a fully immersive culinary experience.
I think it's a boy thing.
Highly recommend. If it's not a boy thing, it's a something else thing.
It's a Nathan Fielder boy type of thing.
It's definitely it's something Nathan Fielder coded in that way.
So yeah, Below Deck Season 12. There's so much happening, and I guess we're only halfway through. I thought we were at the end because so much has happened. But my favorite part of this season is the obvious plant that is Solane, who's just like wreaking havoc, causing destruction everywhere she goes. She's like a little snail.
You say plant, I say just a producer's dream.
Yeah, I mean, she's also a viewer's dream. She's just not a coworker's dream.
Love Island production wishes they could have gotten Solane on this.
They did.
USA season.
They had her on season 2023 in France.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the US. But also, fair point. But still, can you imagine the havoc she would have wreaked on USA?
I feel like she wouldn't have lasted long, to be honest.
I don't know. I feel like
she's not a girl's girl.
I mean, she's definitely a girl's girl, feel me, but she's very much a girl's girl.
Speaking of her being a girl's girl, one of the most spectacular parts of this season is the triangles that are forming, the love triangles. So instead of the Bermuda Triangle, I've created this Below Deck triangle diagram here for you. So we can chat about all of the love that's existing here. So of course we have Solane here, who is spreading French love all over.
That's she's using all the right words there.
So first we had her hook up with Scottish Kyle.
I keep thinking his name's Ben for some reason.
He looks like a Ben.
He does look like a Ben.
Well, but I like that they call him Scottish because it makes it really easy.
I think only she calls him Scottish. The rest of them call him Steely.
Fun fact. His Instagram handle is literally that Scottish guy.
Nice.
So
nice.
I think he calls himself Scottish. So yeah, she first hooked up with Kyle. They had a little smooch. And then, her and Damo, I think he touched her leg or something, like kissed her on the neck early in the season, but nothing really happened.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's like how she started the season, like episode, I think it was like 2. She had already kissed Scottish.
Quick to work.
And then I'm not going to say she did anything with Damo. I think he kissed her on the neck or something, but she was, only interested in Scottish at that time. But then Damo made out with Kyle.
You mean Frasier?
Frasier. Who looks like a Kyle.
Who looks like a Kyle.
Let's be real.
Nobody looks like a Ben. Or sorry, nobody looks like a, yeah.
But Frasier also looks like a Frasier, so that was messed up.
Frasier looks like a Frasier.
And then Selene hooked up with Jess. And they started sleeping in the same bed cabin.
This is incredible. This is the most laid Below Decks cast I think I've ever seen.
I can't believe how much they've been smooching each other. And then Selene also had that moment in the kitchen. I don't know if you remember. I gave this one a little pucker. Do you remember when Rainbow awkwardly kissed her? On the lips?
I think. See, I really object to Rainbow being included in here. I'm fine with Rainbow. She's fine, but consent is important, and I feel like that wasn't really.
Not. I know.
I feel like
it was wrong.
I feel like honestly, the lips is a little victim blaming to even have in there.
I'm sorry, but it happened.
Stuff.
It actually did happen. I'm not saying Selene consented to it, but it happened. And then she did smooch Damo at the really long break that they got from yachting. I feel like that was a super long break where they got really drunk.
I've never seen 2 days off, like 2 full front to back days off.
Yeah, and they put them in a villa. I think they wanted this to happen. Yeah. But then Jess hooked up with or kissed Barbara in the pool.
That counts as a hookup, I think.
Yeah. I don't know what the kids are calling it these days.
That's fine.
Yeah. So then Barbara and Jess.
Jesus Christ.
Jess looks like a Sam. Does she not?
Honestly, I like that we're basically on the same naming convention system as Selene is with the cast. Like, we got Scottish, we got Muggin, Kyle, we got Ben.
And Selene hooked up with Sam again that same night.
Sam?
Oh my gosh, Jess.
Jeez. This is incredible. Although this is to me, like, as far as the Below Deck world goes, this season, I really do appreciate what Selene has achieved for this franchise. It made me realize it put into sharp relief how dull the typical heterosexual nonsense is on these boats. Just in the sense of, like, even as we're going through this, you mentioned, oh yeah, she first hooked up with Kyle, Ben, Scottish, whatever his name is. And I was like, yeah, that did happen, I guess. I didn't care when it happened, really.
Well, she's also still been doing it, Like, she did it, I think, 2 days before their trip. I still, like, every time that would happen, they'd, like, steal a kiss or whatever, and, like, I'm mixing her up with Paige and Carl. It's like, oh, in the pantry or whatever. But, like, anytime that would happen, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going back to the well for that, I guess. I don't know if that's really what you want to do. So, I mean... But it's not as spicy and intriguing.
Yeah, because there's way less layers. I'm not gonna try to pretend like what the reason is for this.
I'm not even gonna say it's heterosexual relationships that make it boring. It's Selene. We just need to be honest that she's what's making this season great. As much as I despise it.
Fair point, but the classic, oh, male bosun hooks up with female stew. So to me, I'm honestly tired.
But think about if it was just Barbara and Jess on the boat and not Selene.
Barbara and Jess would be entertaining post reunion. I stand by that because tell you what, one thing I know about Jess, can't hold her down. Can't be tied down. So she's immediately...
She did say on that Watch What Happens Live episode, her top 5 things that she finds good about Selene is that she doesn't want anything serious, so...
Yeah, that's in your top 5.
Yeah.
That's pretty telling. She was gonna... If Selene wasn't on that boat, if Sosa wasn't there, Jess was gonna do Barbara... like Brian did Amaya, but faster. Like, it was going to be...
Wait, did they already break up?
I'm almost positive.
I don't know if that's confirmed. I'm going to have to bleep that out.
Oh, sorry. just make it sound like I'm yelling slurs in the studio now.
I also wanted to... This is just Celine hour, I guess. It was supposed to be Below Deck, but...
What else is the story? Yeah. Frasier went on a straight date, as he called it, with Damo. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I guess before I go into a little surprise I have for you, because I don't think you know this thing I'm about to show.
Surprise for me.
It's some surprise tea. But I also think that new bosun Hugo, like, speaking of good TV, he's very wise, but I don't understand how he got on this show. Like, he seems like a really good bosun, but he's too wise and just like...
I can tell you right now, they had enough going on, and the boat's not allowed to crash. That's 100. I guarantee that's the reason. There's enough happening.
Gosh. That's true.
There's enough happening. They needed somebody with their eyes straight ahead.
Oh my gosh, I'm just imagining. Do you remember? I think it was like Barbara asked if Hugo was interested in Celine. He's like, yeah, she's good looking, but I'm not like getting involved. I feel like at that villa trip, Kaya would have gotten involved with Celine if she tried.
Yeah.
There was enough going on, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, I think I just think there's enough happening, and he's I don't want to say he's Captain Carey when Carey's not there, because they're very different, but he's just, you're right, he's not particularly entertaining, but I need someone keeping all this grounded.
And he does.
Because Barbara's doing her best to keep everyone in line, but I don't know. No one's listening to Barbara.
Oh, poor Barbara.
Poor Barbara.
All right, so back over to this little surprise I have.
It's a great diagram. The diagram's surprising enough. Someone
from Reddit found comments between Dylan and Celine on Instagram about his reaction to, like, how she's been speaking about him on the show, essentially. Do you want to see it?
Is it actually, like, words? Can he write?
Surprisingly, yes.
Oh, sorry.
He can. On her, like, intro, she said that we learned that she dated Dylan, and she said that we broke up because he was in another country. So distance.
Yeah, and... mentally he's on another planet.
Oh. I don't know. I feel bad for him. There's, like, not a lot going on.
Yeah, it's not. It's hard to navigate the world if you can't read. Like, I feel bad for him too.
So he writes this on her Instagram.
He dictated that.
Maybe. So Dill Devil. He says, Celine, I forgave you. I am at peace with the situation, but you can't say on TV we broke up because of distance. Did you forget all about the guys you hooked up with on Love Island while we dated? Laugh emoji. I'm not angry, but you can't say you didn't cheat on me. It's in the past, and now it's caught up to you, but don't be untruthful.
Wait. So Celine, once again, proves she's a pioneer of gender equity in the reality TV workplace, because how many men have we caught or have been accused of doing this? Going on Love Island while still being in a relationship with someone. Celine saw no gender barriers to this behavior and dove right in.
I love how you can spin that for her, but
yeah, this is a win.
So
I'm putting
and then she responded. Do you want to read it?
I'm not going to do the accent.
That's why I need you to, so I don't do it.
Oh, okay. You said you are in peace, but you keep lying again and again. I am worries about your mental health. I never cheat on you. I never hook up with men we're dating, so stop. Hand emoji. And even if this is private, life is not, because for the first time you have more than 10K in you Instagram that you have to forget who you are, please. Stay a good person like when I meet you. You are still a good person. I still believe it.
Do you see why it's hard to not read that in a French accent?
Hey, I did it.
And then what did she say?
Someone says, this is so cringy and awkward, which, true. I mean, just tell us you can't handle it. And then she says, someone can ask, quote unquote, Dylan, which honestly, that is giving Truth Social post to me, putting someone's name in quotes. Someone can ask, quote, sure. Dylan to unblock me like that. I can see what he comment here. Sparkle emoji, hand heart emoji, thank you. Dear Dylan, don't be a coward and come to speak.
Okay, that is how you spell his name. So good job, Celine.
Oh, okay.
It's not done yet. So she's just commenting to herself a few times.
This has escalated fast. At Dill Devil, I hope this is a joke. You are pathetic, Dylan. I'm sorry. about that. I think you need to talk to someone. Here is not the right place for you to try to say your stuff. It's so sad to destroy all the respect that we had like that in public without talking to each other. I thought you were more mature than that. Don't forget it's never too late, and I forgive almost everything. If you want Dylan, I don't have time to argue with you now. It's just sad to react like that. This video was just funny and cute and but just a drama that doesn't exist here. Okay.
And then Dylan says, you can literally see videos of you hooking up with guys on Love Island. What are you saying, laugh emoji? Look, I'm not upset. I'm okay, but anyone with a brain can go to YouTube and watch you hook up with guys on Love Island.
It feels like he looks this up a lot. I just want to say it feels like he's Googling this quite a bit because he knows where to get it. He's talking about how easy it is to get
on
it.
YouTube. Which is I wanted to see her season on YouTube, or of Love Island, so now I know I can get it on YouTube, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'll be sure I link that in the description. And then he also says, while you were on Love Island, you were dating me. I'm struggling to understand how this topic is an argument. Oh, is a argument. So yeah, that's tea, right?
I think English is the second language for both of them, right?
Yeah,
doesn't he speak Afrikaans?
Yes. So it's fair that, I just would have found it hard to, my name is Monique, so I can speak in a French accent.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay, whoops.
I don't think that, I don't get to,
But anyway, what is this tea? So she was on, again, Love Island in summer of 2023. And apparently while they were dating, and their whole story going on below deck was like, I dated Dylan, but the distance just didn't work because of that. And I still love him so much, blah, 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 blah. But when we can see, she wreaks havoc in any relationship. I
can't believe we're going, I just can't believe it was her and him. Because, the distance between his brain and his mouth, I'm sure, was extremely frustrating to deal with. I just don't want us to forget who Dylan was. He was kind of a menace in his own right on his season.
I agree. I'm not saying I feel bad for him by any means. It's just kind of hilarious to me that she's like, yeah, it was distance, and here we go, come to find that it was because she was on Love Island. Just getting it.
I think, hashtag equity, hashtag brave. I think,
I knew you'd think that. And then I wanted to leave you with I want this picture framed. Favorite moment of this season so far is her eating the croissant while washing her feet.
Yeah, you've never done a little pastry foot bath?
I actually can't eat a croissant without thinking of this. And also going, croissant.
Croissant was actually really good. That was a wonderful line.
I love croissant.
I can't wait to do that at dinner.
So up next, we've got our music sad times rather than excite times. And we're talking about the passing of our beloved Ozzy Osbourne. So his funeral was last week. Ozzy passed away July 22nd, I believe.
If this is breaking news, turn this off. Turn off this podcast. Open any social media app. Create a profile if you haven't yet. You will not miss. There's no way you'll be able to miss this. Or I guess Google it, but there's no sorry.
Yeah, we were on vacation when this happened, and even my parents who abhorred this type of music, they knew. So
we went on vacation for 6 days, and in those 6 days, fate itself took a minigun to,
oh my gosh, so many people,
so many celebrities of our youth, some good, some bad. They got Hulk Hogan, but then unfortunately Ozzy and very sadly Malcolm Jamal Warner's collateral damage.
But many do believe that Trisha Paytas's newest offspring is Ozzy reborn, so that'll be very wonderful.
We are not reporting.
Well, I know you watched the Osbournes a ton when you were younger.
It's literally the intersection. It's honestly maybe the beginning of this podcast. It's the intersection of,
seriously,
I don't want to say heavy music, but of music. Actually, it is just the first intersection of music and reality TV, I think, ever. I saw a thing where people talk about the Bravo universe as a spin on wrestling in a lot of ways. I actually think that is less true, just based on, a lot of stuff we hear about, how things go on behind the scenes and, the trick of Vanderpump and the magic of it was that everyone was friends and stuff like that. And I think that's also how we're seeing that a lot of newer Bravo stuff isn't working as well, where it's these, manufactured cast and friend groups, but there's a lot out there about like the Osbournes being mostly kayfabe and you know being not scripted.
What is kayfabe?
Learning hour. This is kayfabe is it's sort of like not breaking character in wrestling, right? Where it's like, hey, in wrestling, even though it is very clearly like everything is curated and scripted, and like even the fight is like we know what's going to happen. They have not necessarily lines, but like a character they're playing. This is the general plot. There's this understanding of like you never break kayfabe, you never like break character, you never let on, even though really everyone knows in the case of wrestling that like this isn't real. You never acknowledge that even a little bit. But yada yada yada. There's a lot out there about like Osbourne's being, and I kind of think this makes it more entertaining in a way of like it's not that the show was scripted necessarily, but like they locked into characters.
Yes.
You know.
That's what I miss is the days of that type of reality TV, which to your point is why like Real Housewives of New York, the reboot, didn't work because so many of those women were playing to their characters, but so much so that they were losing sight of being authentically themselves in a way.
Yeah, I think it's authenticity versus just like being like you can be self-aware and authentic, but like when you're too self-aware, it's just hard to be on TV.
Yeah, but they're afraid of being too cringe or being canceled, so you don't even see a character really. You don't even know what you're getting. You don't know who to side with in a lot of these newer shows. Like we talk about it all the time when we're watching like Real Housewives of New Jersey or the new Roni reboot, which I don't even think you lasted an episode or two into.
No.
It's hard to pick a side when some of these people are fighting because you don't actually know like what you're siding with.
So much of this is said to be, again, not fully like script acting, but like doing a bit. And I think that's also where we get lines like Kelly, I think it was Kelly's Sweet 16, her birthday. I forget where they went, but I'll never forget. It was a chorus in my family at home. Was her going, "It's my birthday! It's my birthday!" About essentially pretty much everything she wanted to do, even if no one else wanted to do it.
That's why you treat your birthdays the way you do now.
It's my birthday.
And, to your point where you thought Kelly was a brat when you were 8 years old, and I didn't and I kind of related to her because I was a brat when I was that age. Just watching it back, obviously, in like just grainy standard definition, brings back the nostalgia of the days before everybody shared their discourse online about like what they thought about this person, and that's kind of also what has caused a lot of people to change the way that they present themselves on TV. They're afraid of being cringe or canceled.
And, it's really hard to say just because like, I don't believe in I don't believe in the cancel culture thing. So people would cancel them, they'd get shut down. Like none of that's generally not real. Like powerful people stay in power and like there's nothing wrong with holding people accountable. But I can imagine how that would like just the discourse itself could be like stressful and could be kind of alarming where like it's like it's just one of those I don't know if everyone can handle it in the way that I certainly couldn't. I think the rate at which that type of discourse happens now is like pretty extreme and pretty universally extreme. Like it almost makes me think of like we talk about the level of exposure that like young pop stars had in the 90s. That's almost like the standard now. That's like the hey, you have a gold record and a couple good songs on TikTok, and then suddenly every piece of your life and past has gone through with a fine-tooth comb.
Or you're just on season 7 of Love Island USA.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Although I get maybe the comb for Sierra wasn't that fine, but
no, the fans combed. I'm not saying the casting combed.
No, I know. Yeah.
So in the second episode, I noticed that Elijah Wood was in it.
You know who else was in it that I think you may have sorely missed in this montage? I'm sorry I didn't.
Who?
Burt McCracken of The Used.
What?
He was dating Kelly Osbourne.
Was he in the first season?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh my gosh. I just got to the episode where her boyfriend is trying to figure out what gift to get her.
I would be surprised if it's the first season, because then We gotta put Bert on a list.
Nah.
Well, bad news, everyone. Freshly back from break, and the relationship between Bert McCracken and Kelly Osbourne happened in 2002 when he was 20 and she was 17. So now... Now we gotta worry. Oh, no, it's a problem.
Something we've... Anyway, Elijah Wood was on the show.
Can we... Are we gonna be able to go with like, oh, it was 2002?
We're not Azalea Banks.
It was basically the 70s back then. It might as well be the 1950s. So it's just Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh my god. Gosh, what have we uncovered? Anyway, so...
All that in jest, by the way, about that. I have to say this because I have a job.
Oh, yeah. Cut that. So yeah, Elijah Wood's on the first season, and they go to see a band called Zwam. Have you ever heard of them?
Zwan, you mean?
Oh, sorry, Zwan.
Billy Corgan's spinoff after Smashing Pumpkins.
Zwan.
Yeah.
Yes, and Elijah Wood is apparently a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan.
Nice, so is my sister.
Aw. And Kelly gets back from the concert and says they were lame, though.
I'll never forget it. My brother hated Zwan. I don't remember my sister's thoughts on them. I've only heard like 2 songs, but I thought they were right. But I
listened to them today. It sounds like a Billy Corgan band. So.
Yeah. The logo's fun. Little rainbow thing.
I also saw in the first season again meet and greet with Ozzy, and he was meeting a lot of kids, which I thought was so cute. Like I would totally trust him around.
Off a single one of them. Yeah.
It's also just so interesting and intriguing to me that this man, just because he's like covered in tattoos and wears crosses and does like the double horns and sings like
they love crosses.
The
people who don't like him love crosses. It's like their favorite thing.
Yeah, but watching him, he's just someone I would trust with holding my baby. Maybe not like watching them.
Yeah, maybe not like if the baby runs, I know he can't catch the baby. Even at 50, I don't think he was gonna get that baby.
Yeah, but like more than a lot of the people leading our country and people that aren't ostracized for being dark and demonic, I find it just so interesting how society works and demonizes people like Ozzy Osbourne, and I think he lived a heck of a life. I would love to live his life up to 76.
Pat,
I know you don't want me to.
That sounds so... I mean, I want her to live past that, and I want me to live past that. I would like us both to make it to our 80s.
But...
Every time we talk about doing something unhealthy, it turns into, well, I want us to live long. So...
I want to live up till 76 doing things that show I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Well, maybe consider my decade alone. That and how sad I'll be if it helps you stick around.
But I just also want to leave us with some wonderfully wise words from...
Listen, all you gotta worry about is getting through today. That's all you gotta worry about. Enjoy and just live each day to the fullest. Don't worry about it. Stop worrying. You're creating more problems than there already is. I just caught myself on the door handle with this thing. I mean, my nuts.
So rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. He lived a hell of a life.
Mm. So you mentioned, the quality of Ozzy's character and yeah, he's got tattoos, et cetera, but like I wouldn't necessarily trust him watching a baby or like a niece or whatever, but like you trust him around them. Same question, but for Bert McCracken.
Oh no! Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Exit stage left. That's a topic for another day.
Okay. All right, so I left, but then I came back because I saw what the next thing is, and so I actually it's even worse. I tried to fully just be like, no, I'm all right, I'm leaving. Then I kept reading the screen and reacting, and so now here we are.
Messy bitch who lives for drama.
Right, so I spent a lot of time on Reddit, but I felt really caught up with everything. Kenny and Janae mega thread on Reddit has reached 17,000 comments. So that was just not something I wanted to pour too much more time into. But I decided to just search Kenny's name on Reddit today to see what came up. I found stuff from a year ago where people were sharing their regrets for not believing in Kenny, and then also sharing, like, I don't know if you remember last year, there was discourse because people were like, Kenny is not into Janae. The way he brought another girl back from Casa, the way he seems like so emotionless when she is so full of energy and she's so vivacious, like, they just, like, something's off. But then eventually people came around to just believing he's introverted, you know.
That's what I thought.
I did too. He's low energy at first, but at first a lot of us were sus. And then eventually we were just led to believe he's introverted. This actually happened to me with Taylor too. I thought it was weird how he kissed Alandria. And then eventually, like, people, like his friends kept coming on TikTok saying
like this, like it literally was like,
yeah, he still does, I think. No, but we did notice he kissed Clark.
Does he do that before or after he pushes her in the head?
But yeah, basically, the public can essentially, like, shame people into being like, you're reading too much into this, like, he's into her, blah, 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 blah. Whereas I also feel like we're getting the opposite with Nick Alandria. Like, Nick has vocally said he's into Alandria, physically said he's into Alandria, and a lot of people like no, you guys are seeing.
Nick also shows up crystal clear for Alandria. Like he like steps up for her, if you haven't noticed, in like ways that he didn't really foresee her also. Like,
even his mama sees it, but yeah. We're digressing.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, we're on a whole separate thing.
But really, like, public opinion will cause people to shift their opinion about things, and I think Kenny was one of those where...
sorry, not to get too wrapped up in it, but also not for nothing, but in terms of behavior, like, I mean, obviously, I think we're rooting for Alandria the way we were rooting for Janae, and now are once again rooting for Janae. Mm-hmm. But, like, in terms of who they're, like, their part of the relationship or who they are, Nick is the Janae.
Yeah. For real. And I would say Taylor was the Kenny.
Yeah, I guarantee Nick does not know a lot about plants.
Okay.
Between the two of them.
So again, I searched Kenny's name and I found this one post from Legal Blueberry 1 saying, Kenny got the last laugh, LOL. And this user posted the Love Island thread where there used to be a game on Love Island USA where they took away this season for some reason. Again, they changed the recipe for the worse. But anyway, so there used to be a game where they would show tweets from the public, and they didn't do it this season. But last season, Love Island USA tweeted, if you could tell the Islanders anything, what would it be? # Love Island USA. And Reality Meme Queen said, Janae, Queen, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, ... Kenneth is not your man, ... And Kenny comes out of the villa. So this was posted on July 2nd. They came out of the villa.
The timeline of this is so important.
Late July, as usual. And Kenny somehow found that thread and responded, well, this aged well. Days after coming out of the villa.
Layers of irony.
Layers.
Like a Shrek-style onion.
And K Gomez 11 confirms that this is the tweet that they read during that challenge. So Kenny clarked it, and then came out of the villa and responded to it, which is just so odd.
Like, it doesn't jump out at me as necessarily odd. To me, it's just more of like, you know, he probably was very online at that point. The show was a hit, you know, that season. These people are suddenly super famous with, like...
It's odd to reply to this one when he knew he was not Janae's man, though.
That is fair. All right, that is, I guess, yeah, in context, yeah.
And I think it's odd to trying to start beef with fans on Twitter.
That is the part where I'm like, I'm not surprised. I just feel, again, I don't think it's even beef. I think it's just like, like I think that's kind of the vibe he's going for there. But the irony here is so crazy. Because when I saw this, I thought that this was a screenshot from today of, like, him, you know, whatever, posting back a few minutes ago, saying, well, this aged well. No, incorrect.
Yes, luckily you read that all wrong. Because that would have been insane.
That had me locked in. And then I saw, ooh, Kenny got the last laugh. No, 1 year ago, someone said Kenny got the last laugh on this thread, which in some ways he did get the last laugh on this thread, because now in hindsight, him saying, well, this aged well. I mean, goddamn.
It's so ironic. Going back a year to these posts, it's like there's irony just seeping out of the pages on Reddit right now. And Ad Budget says he couldn't wait to reply back. Been plotting ever since, like, after he got out of the villa. He memorized for when he came out. He had it bookmarked. Yeah, so again, you don't think that's weird, but I kind of do.
Well, again, it's the interaction. I'm like, I'm not encouraging this, but I am like, yeah, I can see how someone who's not prepared to be as famous as they were ends up chronically online reading Reddit stuff about him. But then, and then responds to something that again lets him go like, oh, got him. Like, that's, yeah, I can see how that happens. It's the under layer of,
this age, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then this person, Marky Mark 32, said that
Mark 32. Let's go.
They were eating their words about Kenny. I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you're watching on YouTube, the visual will be there. And I'll also be sure that I link these Reddit threads on the YouTube description. But this person had put that they were suspicious of Kenny. And then after the season ended, they screenshotted their post, reposted it, and said that they were apologizing and eating their words about it. But they basically had theories saying that they felt like Kenny was emotionless and unenthusiastic when he was with Janae. And they had theories that he was pretending to like her because why else is he never happy about being in a couple? And yeah, do you remember how stone face he was whenever she would choose him? Her couple up speeches were so sweet, and he would just be like, and then we all just were gaslit into thinking
I don't even know if gaslit is the word. Like, no one had to tell me. I was just like, yeah, it's just how he is.
I was on Reddit a lot, and people were angry at the people that were like, he's not into her. And I think it's because for the same reasons that we feel like, it's a shame for people to say that Nick isn't into Landria when he's showing so many things in his actions and his words. But Kenny's actions never aligned with his words ever, except the time he cried.
I think that did it for me. That's where, like,
the crying is what did it for a lot of us. Yeah.
Yeah, because I really never, like, I was he's just introverted. That's just how he is. And then also, not only did he cry, but then I think like an episode or two later when they did the heart rate challenge, he was funny. He did the line of like, "You leave her alone" or whatever.
Yeah.
When someone was dancing up on Janae, like, it's a damn shame. Yeah.
So, the other thing is, the person that posted they were eating their words, a few people were on that thread. So this is actually from 6 days ago and 2 days ago. Just been like, "Bestie, you were right."
Oh my god. Yes.
So other people.
Can you imagine like how vindicated this person must feel? I mean, again, I know it's a horrible way to get vindicated.
They might have forgotten they posted this or felt this way.
Yeah,
it's been a year.
That's just a surprise jolt of, hey, look how smart you are.
There's actually quite a few posts like that, which is so interesting, of like Kenny haters and then people being like, "You don't understand." So I might compile a few, but yeah, it was an interesting little peruse earlier today to see what's good in the universe. Yeah. But this leads me to the liar of the week.
Who could it possibly be? Is it Burt McCracken lying about his girlfriend's age?
It's actually Kevin, as you call him.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't get...
We're just great with names. So
man.
You called him Kevin last
I couldn't get Kenny's name right for the life of me. And you know what? Now I never will again.
We don't have to care about him anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
carry on about Kevin.
Kenny, you're a liar because your name's really Kevin, first and foremost. But there are now, again, there's 17,000 comments on the Janae and Kenny Reddit mega thread. And Kenny, this morning I checked, he's lost over 300,000 followers. Numbers don't lie, but Kenny Rodriguez does.
There you go.
This man has been using women since high school. There's now multiple reports on the TikToks that he tends to get himself into situationships, uses the woman for love, emotion, I don't know what, and then essentially tosses them away, does not really know how to emotionally connect with people, but keeps getting into these relationships. Situationships are a lie in themselves. Why abuse or use a woman's time if you know it's not going anywhere? And yet again, I find myself disappointed in the casting team for Love Island because our angel on earth, Janae, has been in literal danger for over a year because they allowed this liar into her life. Not only was he lying about who he was to her, he was lying about the emotions that he had for her, used his tears as weapons on the show to make us think he was a good person, lied about loving her, appreciating her. He's wasted a year of her time, a year of her life. All the lies that Kenny has stacked on top of one another have literally ruined the lives of so many people around them. He built friendships on these lies. People thought he was a man of character, and it shows that he was just using a woman and using literal slurs against a woman that he was supposed to love, using her just for brand deals, and then also complaining that he didn't want to be an influencer and didn't want to do brand deals, wanted to go back to a 9-to-5. So, like, what was the point of it all?
Yeah, what was all this for?
What was the point? So, I think it's obvious that Kenny deserved the liar of the week, of the year, of all eternity, and I hope that we never have to see this man's dopey face again. Up next, we've got our proof that there's a little bit of emo in everyone.
Also, not for nothing, I'm certainly not, you know, I'm not always crazy about, like, the pylon, but I will say with confidence, we are never going to see Kenny's ass again. And it is, I'll tell you what, he's probably not going back to the 9-to-5 anytime soon, because I feel like most companies have Google. That's going to be really tough. Like, it's really going to be tough to get the background check, I feel like.
I don't hope, but hopefully for his sake, he was good at saving money and can get, like, facial reconstruction surgery and name change, however you do that process.
Actually, I think if he applies to be on Love Island again, I think they miss this. I think they actually don't catch this in the background check, and he gets in.
No.
I think he's gonna make it like 2 weeks before they're like, "Hey, wait a minute!
Oh God,
there's a lot of backlash to this."
Touche. All right, up next, there's a little bit of emo in everyone. I'm gonna let you take it away, dear producer.
So, this is a mistake. I know we've said a lot about Burt McCracken, and now I'd like to separate the art from the artist for a few minutes and talk about what is a classic emo hit, and was even more of a classic before we Googled Burt McCracken and Kelly Osbourne like 20 minutes ago. It's a great song. It was even better back then.
So today's emo soul twin is Janae Craig, and her song that embodies the current situation that she's in with this awful human, Kevin, is The Used, All That I've Got. Now, Janae embodies this song. As many people know, Burt wrote this after losing his girlfriend, his unborn child, and dog all within like a 1-week span. And I can imagine that the feeling of losing Kenny is almost as hard as that. I know that Janae gives her all to situations. Not only did she lose him as a partner, she lost the person that she thought he was. So again, we also know that Kenny was pretending to be someone that he wasn't, to gain clout, to gain brand deals, etc. And that literally means that the person that she thought he was is dead. Non-existent. The lyrics say
so deep that it didn't even bleed and catch me off guard, red-handed now, far from lonely.
The moment where she found out that Kenny was with her for clout was so abrupt. It seemed to not even really catch her off guard. Like, she had her friends and us PPG followers following suit so quickly. When I heard she unfollowed him, guess what I did? Right away. And she's so far from lonely. Not only does she have all of her real true friends, she has a ton of support behind her in her fans, in her family, I'm sure, as well, of course.
I'll be just fine, pretending I'm not. I'm far from lonely, and it's all that I've got.
I hope that knowing that she has so many people behind her supporting her is enough to get her through this, because this is such a difficult situation to literally fall in love with, live your life for, and with a liar who is not the person that you thought you were with. I really hope that she knows that she's got obviously so much ahead of her, not just her fans and family and friends. Janae's got such a great future ahead of her, and again, she proves that there is a little bit of emo in everyone. Last up, we've got our special report. The Starting Line recently released a new single called Circulate on July 30th. You can pair that up with their other latest single released June 4th called Sense of Humor. They are planning to release their 4th full studio album on September 26th and start a new tour on August 22nd. This will be their first album in over 18 years, and I'm so excited about this. They're local to where I am, and I can't wait to see them on tour and hear this new music. It's going to be awesome. Fans also recently received a gorgeous glimpse of Hayley Williams' new album on her website a few days ago, but she did yank it off of there, and it is now replaced with links to her streaming services. And then you also can catch some glimpses of some of her songs on the TikToks or the web. A lot of fans are loving that song, True Believer. It's definitely an anthem. I've seen some amazing hot takes. I've seen some amazing educated deep dives on TikTok. I'm going to post one from Invader Zima and the link in the description. Did release a track list and post on Instagram so you can see what the names of the songs are, who created them, etc. And there's not much happening in the new releases of reality TV, but we've got our reunion for The Valley, Next Gen NYC, and then Love Island UK season just wrapped up, so you can catch that on Hulu as well. That's all I got for you this week, saddies. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, review anything you can. Tell your friends, and I can't wait to see you next week.